Well, hello everybody. We're here in the darkness and we're going to talk about how to build your own haunted house, part 8. And today's whole subject is going to be about one thing, and that is ceilings. Okay? We're going to talk about ceilings. Because I think it's very, very important. And we're walking around the horror retail store. And I just want to tell you, like, when we look at this horror retail store, it is really cool, but we've ordered a ton more stuff and it just hasn't showed up yet. So this isn't the final version of this thing because we don't even have everything yet. Look how cool these are. That's pretty cool, right? So we have a ton more stuff coming. As you can see, everything's kind of spaced out pretty good. Like, look at this wall right here. It's very, very lightly put on there. And I think I'm gonna throw away all these Funko Pop masks and toss them in the trash and have room for something new, because those things didn't sell and they're hideous. But with all that being said, I literally put in an order with Trick or Treat Studios, and they said that everything is shipped and on its way. Not everything, because some of their new stuff doesn't come out for a bit. So anyway, and then I've ordered some stuff from NECA, and we've ordered some stuff, a bunch of stuff from the Halloween Expo. Some of it will come in, some of it won't. We'll see. But I want to show you, like, we're making a dent in the props. You see that we're down to one barrel. Okay, now we open in 1 week, 7 days from today, for Valentine's. Look at all these cool props that I bought. Now I've come to the realization that to open for my Bloody Valentine, which is going to be next Saturday, we're going to have to do the best we can. And then once the show is over, meaning Valentine's, we're going to have to come back in here and get back after it. Okay? And make a big checklist of everything that wasn't done, or I should say wasn't done correctly or 100%, and we'll have to focus on that for 2 weeks prior to Transworld. That's about where all that's going to be at. Okay, now let's go over here and look at something. Now I do have a light with me. Now look at this. Look at the ceiling here. Look at that. Do you see that? That doesn't look so great, right? Now look at this. When you come in here, much better, right? Much better. Tons better. Look at that really cool fan. Let's see right here, and we'll literally make freezer slats right there. Now you're gonna come in here and you see we added more lockers. Now I want to show you a ceiling, and we're gonna do something different because we're running out of time. So I came up with a little different idea. But look at this ceiling. You see the beams that are going in? And you can see right here, they've already been turned into kind of squares. They're gonna be these right here. They're gonna drop in there, and the whole ceiling will be like that. And all of these will be painted like rusty beams, just like these. This is one of the rooms that we just started spraying with Synergy. And the room is really starting to look cool. We're building shelves right here. And they're gonna be, some big props are gonna go on these shelves. That's why we made them 12 inches. But either way, so look at the ceiling. So once the ceiling is in, the room will look at least 100 times better than it does now. It's very important, very important. So the scenes that we don't get the ceiling done, it's just not gonna look as good. And the scenes where we do get the ceiling done, it's gonna look fantastic. So to me, it's very important to get the ceiling done in here. Now, if you look at these walls, we got cinder block, brick, and corrugated steel. And everything is sectioned off with beams, okay? I think it looks really good. It took exactly 2 days to get this room to the point that it's at. It's probably gonna take another day to finish the ceiling, and then it's gonna probably take, I don't know. This room's probably gonna take 2 more days. We're gonna put some tables in here. We're gonna hang some sides of beef, blah, 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 blah. And so it's probably gonna take a couple more days. Now tomorrow, we have a bunch of electricians coming in here, and they're gonna start putting electric everywhere. And we've gotta replace this door right here. We gotta get freezer strips over there. But look at the room. Now start imagining it with a ceiling. So now I have to tell you, and I'm gonna say this for the record, that today we're walking through and some of the people literally said to me, we're talking about some of the people who work for me, they'll remain nameless. They said, you know, Larry, we actually didn't think this was gonna get done. And then I said, it still might not. So there's no electric, there's no sound, there's no lighting, and the whole thing is not painted. Almost nothing is secured. But what is realistic is we probably could run through this whole place in about 2 days to get the rest of the screws off the wall, secure stuff to the ground, clean it, sweep it, and no, we're not going to get the floor painted in time, so it'll still be TerraVision's floor. So paint wise, prop wise, I think that we'll get it mostly done, and then the other 2 weeks we can really focus on, you know, like hanging vine type stuff in the claustrophobic hallway, or just fine tuning it. Plus we're going to try to build a secret bar, so that might actually get done, maybe, because I think it will take a good week to do that. So if we get this done by next Saturday, which is when Transworld is, then it's possible that we would have 1 week to build the secret bar, and get everything up there, get everything going, and so on and so forth. But there are things that we need to do in the darkness. We got to fix a few things here and there. But TerraVision's, the original TerraVision, is gone. Now we're going to continue to talk about ceilings, but before we do, I want to remind you, you can get your tickets to the behind the scenes tour at darkness.fearticket.com. And just a quick update, I think we've sold about half of the Darkness live tickets. The LEMP picked up a little bit. It's probably sold about a third. And then the behind the scenes tour is probably sold about a third as well. There is 3 more weeks to go to get your tickets. Darkness.fearticket.com. I will tell you, and this is a special major announcement, I guess. This will be the absolute probably last time that I ever opened the LEMP, for sure. Now, if I open the Darkness again next year, and that's if, it's only if I do the museum and the one scene downstairs. If I do the one scene downstairs and I do the museum, then I'll open the Darkness next year. But if I do open the Darkness up next year, it'll be the last time that we open it. You're hearing that today. It's just because I don't want to do any more renovations for a while. So if I don't do renovations, I don't want to open the haunted house. So I don't think I'm going to do any renovations. Maybe if I change my mind and I do, maybe I will. But I think this could be the last year for the Darkness Haunted House tour. If I do the museum, and the one scene I want to really do really cool downstairs in the museum looks really, really neat, worthy, and then maybe I even come back in here and change a few things, then I might do it again next year, but it would only be for the Darkness. Only for the Darkness. I'm not going to do the Limp again. And I can tell you this, I'm never going to do a St. Louis Escape tour again. This is the first time we've ever done it since year one. It wasn't year one. There was a year where we yeah, no, it wasn't year one. I don't know what year it was, but we only had 2 escape rooms. They didn't actually work, and you just got to walk around through them. But that was probably 7 years ago, 6 years ago, maybe. Yeah, maybe. So we've toured the St. Louis Escape once in 6 or 7 years, but I'm not touring it again. So this will be the only time that you will ever see St. Louis Escape in this fashion. It's the only time. And it's the last time that we'll open the Limp. Now, that might change 5, 6 years from now. Because you have to remember something. I didn't open the Limp for literally 10 years between when I opened it and when I didn't open it. It was multiple years. And whenever we had the Limp and we didn't even open it for like the first, I don't even know, 8 years of when Transworld was here. So we've only probably opened the Lamp maybe 3-4 times. So, but I'm not opening it again. This will be the last time. So let's walk through and see some stuff that's been done. But let's talk about this vacuum form again. Okay, I mean, look how cool that looks. And of course it's going to get painted. And anytime you can buy a fan, I highly suggest that you do that. So we have our claustrophobic maze here. Let's just kind of sort of get through it. We've already seen it before. Now, today, and we're gonna really focus big on trying to get these scenes put together, but you can see that we've hung some dead bodies in here. This animation is in. There's some junk laying all over the place. We hung another dead body. We're about to really gore it up. And then I put this thing over here today. For now, it's just sitting there. Okay, now check this out. This is the hallway. And we've gotten it painted. And look at these things. We put these on the wall. Now, we're probably gonna have to like bloody up the walls. I just have them mocked on right now. But we'll have to probably bloody the walls up, like coming off these characters. So there's that. And then you come in here and you'll see there's another one on the wall. And then we have this animation up here that drops. And then you can see as you turn a corner, there's another one of these characters and another one. And you can see the walls are painted, okay? Now, over here, this is where an actor can fly out this door. That's why this barrel's here. That doesn't necessarily go on top of it, but it's there for now. Now check this room out, because this room, now check this out. This was a last minute decision that I made. And look at this, look at the slat walls. So this was another feeling that we wanted. Now you see, we took the same concept of having the beams separate everything, but this room was all slats. Okay, all slats and corrugated steel. And I just have this kind of mocked up at the moment. And you can see a dead body, and you come around these barrels. And what's really gonna be cool too is you can see through these and see people on the other side. And now check this out. When you go around this guy, I put this guy right here, and you can see how the barrels are done. And then you'll come around this corner, another strung up person. Now, we've gotten a lot farther here with the clown car. See the crates? We'll put cloth in there, and the actor can kind of, reach his hand through there and when they come out, he can attack them. And we hung these. It'll have a vibrating barrel. And you can see we put a character in here. We have to put that TV back in. Whoops. And let me get through. And here's the barrel maze. And you can see all of the lasers are already in. And we're gonna put blood all over these skulls, just FYI. Now, God dang it. Hold on, I gotta get around. And working on a boiler. You can see it right there. And as you know, this room is super cool. And we're gonna really focus on trying to get this boiler done. But look at this room. It turned out really, really, really nice. Now, let's talk about ceilings again. Look at that. All that is slats up in the ceiling. It makes a difference. Now look at this. This beam was right here. We went ahead and rusted it because it's given the illusion that it's part of the scene. So we went ahead and we did that. And let's look around and get a better idea of, now look at this room right here. See this room? If you see this, the room's not gonna look as good. You can see right there where we need the ceiling to come off of here. Okay? So let's look at another spot where there's a ceiling. See this room? It's a big game changer to have a ceiling and not see the roof. It's a big game changer. Big league. So here's a tip for you. When you're doing your haunted house and you're doing it from scratch, make sure that you have that you're gonna put a ceiling in. Now, you see the ceiling here in this first scene. This one is gonna be the coolest of them all. So we've run out of time. That's why we just did the 1x6s everywhere. We ran out of time, so we made sure that this one was gonna be cool. It's the first one. Now, if we had more time, we would do more for sure, but we don't, but we're gonna make this ceiling here cool. That is a fact. This one will be cool. Ceilings are very, very important. In my view, they're ultra important. But when you only have so many weeks, so much time to build this haunted house, I mean, when you start to think about it, like, it's almost a miracle that it's done. And no one's gonna like really understand how cool it's gonna be until it's completely done. And by next Friday, it better be really close. And so now that we're in the stretch run, what should we be thinking about? Well, let's get the rest of it painted and synergied up, okay? Let's get this particular room built out carpentry wise, and then let's go make a hit list. And we're just gonna have everybody, every Tom, every Dick, and every Harry running around here with a checklist pinned on the wall. Here's the things that need to get done. That's what's gonna have to happen. We're gonna have to have one team on sound and lighting, and we're gonna have to have another team on like, okay, where did we miss freezer slats? Where did we miss props? Let's hang props. Let's do this. Let's do that. I mean, that's what's gonna have to happen, okay, in order to get this thing done. Now, look at this right here, okay? These are pieces of the ceiling. This is not complicated. This is a 1x6 with a 2x6 and a 1x6 to make a steel beam. And you need a lot of rust paint to do that. And by the way, I have bought a tremendous amount of rust paint. So, and the very last thing we're gonna do in here, and hopefully we get to it, is to slap blood all over the place. If we don't get to it by My Bloody Valentine, then we'll have to do it after Transworld's over. I mean, after My Bloody Valentine. But we have 2 more weeks after next week. I mean, after, you know, well, not 2 weeks, because you got a whole week plus all the way to Thursday. So I do think that we will get it done. And I think that everybody is going to be extremely excited to see this haunt, because you got to see it be built. You got to see it be built from scratch. And I think that is going to really ring home when you come and you take the behind the scenes tour, so you can literally walk through here at your own pace, touch everything, and so on and so forth. Now, one other thing that I want to tell you about the scare round scene here, because this is kind of set up now. So see, the customers, they come into this scene, and so see, you'll come at them and you'll chase them, and you'll chase them through the scene into that hallway, and you'll just dash right out of the building. Well, there you have it. So thanks for watching the video. It wasn't a super long video, but we wanted to talk a lot about ceilings. And let's take a look at one more ceiling. Is this one right up here. Let's take a look. So do you see how we made the rings? And we're gonna get the electric in, we're gonna get the bodies hung, and then we're gonna slat it and make it all busted up. And that's gonna put a ceiling over the top of this scene. Now, you would think that when you only have so many days to get this done, so many days, so many hours in a day, and by the way, nobody worked on Saturdays or Sundays, at least not yet. You would imagine that you would not be trying to do ceilings. You would just focus on the scenes and you would call it a day. That is not what we've done here. That is not what we focused on here. And that's not what we're not gonna shortchange the project. So it's very important that we do it right, and we do it right for everyone coming to Transworld. We have a ton more props to put in, and if we have time, we have some other stuff coming from Unit 70. We plan on taking those things down right there and putting in some photo ops. It's going to be really exciting. So we'll see what happens. But make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. Hopefully you like this video. And I wanted to say next week, it is going to be a mad scramble. The very first thing we're going to do is finish that first scene. And the second thing we're going to do is start removing all the excess materials, scraping the floor, cleaning the hell out of it, and then start putting the props where they go, putting in the lighting, putting in the sound. That's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to focus on. 1,000%. That's what we're going to focus on. And we'll see. We'll see what happens. And then we have to vacuum this floor. I mean, it's going to be a mad dash to see if we can open for Valentine's. Now, I will say this, that I will walk through the darkness with actors on Valentine's, and I will upload that to the Hauntworld channel, and you'll get to see it kind of in action. And then once Transworld is over, I mean not Transworld, but once the Valentine's is over, we're going to try to finish anything we didn't get done, and we're going to try to build the secret bar, and we're going to try and tidy up the darkness all before Transworld. So get your tickets now at darkness.fearticket.com, and we'll see you then. And hopefully we're going to get in all of our new stuff here in the gift store. Till then, happy haunting.